Mark, a few days out from a Caulfield Cup. You got the favourite December draw. Have a look at him this morning. He won't win the best on the yard, will he? He's a plain looking, scrawny looking, staying type, isn't he?
Not a beauty contest, running race here. It's a running race, and have you ever seen a fat fella run fast?
Well, he doesn't carry any condition, but funnily enough, he looks well in himself.
Oh, he's a happy horse. He's fit. He's healthy. Everything's really good.
Track work on a Tuesday before a Caulfield Cup. What does he do?
Yeah, he'd done a fair bit of work, and he sprinted home nicely, 23.5 for the last 400. So that should bring him right on. He should be right his top for Saturday.
Is coach still on the turn?
Yeah, that probably comes through by November with a bit of luck.
I mean, has there been a sense of timing with this horse? I mean, it's a bit of a challenge when you had him up sort of late or early winter. Is that a bit of a juggle for you, or has it been?
Oh, yeah. He hasn't done a lot wrong since he's been on our place, really. He showed us excellent potential, and slowly but surely we worked him through it. We aimed him at these races, and, you know, I love it when a plan comes together.
He's got a good racing sense about him, though, hasn't he? He doesn't. Nothing seems to bother him in a race. He gets himself out of trouble pretty easily.
Well, he can quicken. He can go to sleep. He's got the turn of foot at the end, and look, as we've seen in the Turnbull, he's also a very good fighter.
You wouldn't think, knowing you and how you prepare him, 2,400 metres any issue, even though it's the first time he's got to go there.
Yeah, well, look, there's always an issue saying that, oh, well, maybe, but at the end of the day, he's given us no reason to believe he can't. And from day one, we believed that, and that's why we set him for these races.
Right, and then obviously onto a Melbourne Cup after you get past Saturday.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, that's what it's. We aim for the Melbourne Cup. I mean, let's face it, if we shoot for the stars and we only get the moon, we haven't done too bad a job.
For sure. Interesting under the handicap. The Caulfield Cup's meant to be the greatest mile-and-a-half handicap in the world, but it's a very compressed scale the way it's been. I mean, you got in on the limit and suddenly you're carrying 54 kilos.
Yeah, look, we planned it from a long way out to get in on the minimum, and we planned to do all this, and it's been quite remarkable that it has come together. So, you sort of get a bit sceptical and waiting for something to go wrong, really. But that, where they've raised the weights and all that, wasn't really in our plan, although we're not complaining because it's certainly put Michael Rod in the picture and he can sit on him.
It certainly affects everybody, though, doesn't it? And that's the way everyone goes up 2 kilos, not just you.
Everybody does as well, yeah. But it's not just us, but, that's where he sits.
I mean, to have the favourite in the Caulfield Cup, you've been there before, but and he's going to be the shortest price favourite for a long, long time. Does that any pressure on you?
No. I had one of those before and it didn't sort of happen. So, look, at the end of the day, it's really nice to have everybody fancy your horse, but he doesn't care. Have a look at him over there. He don't care what odds he is. He's just having his feed and having a good time.
All things being equal, which on a racetrack doesn't normally happen, but all things being equal, does he win the Caulfield Cup?
Well, who knows? Look, I mean, it could rain. The internationals are sort of, talking him down a bit, saying that it was just a bush class 4 horse over there, and once they turn their horses on, that he won't see which way they went. Well, they're probably right, but he's not over there anymore. He's here.
It was trained by Mark Kavanagh and not owned by the Queen.
Well, I don't know, but it's probably it's pretty hard to fault his form, but whatever happens, I mean, it's certainly been a remarkable ride.
Put it this way, you'd change nothing, I'd imagine.
No, I don't change anything, and I wouldn't swap him for any other horse in the race.
No doubt. Well, other runners on the weekend, Cav, Midnight Martini's going to butter up again? Yeah,
why not? Look, she ran a pretty cheeky race in the Herbert Power. She jumped from 18 to 24, was a little wide going out of the straight, went forward up the hill. They say that's suicidal. We only gave her a little tiny break and then hit the front a bit too early. So I thought it was a very, very credible effort. She's nominated for the David Jones. She'll actually be an acceptor for the Caulfield Cup, but I'm doubtful she'll get a start. But the attrition rate has been quite remarkable this week, so you've got to put yourself in a position where you can seize any opportunity you can. So if that happens, well and good, we'd probably go around. But if not, we'll go the David Jones and see where we go from there.
You've always had a really good opinion of this campaign. You thought you could get to one of these good races, haven't you?
Yeah, well, look, she ran a credible race in a Group 2 last Saturday, and she certainly is a horse on the way up with plenty of ability.
Quench the Thirst, another to run Saturday?
Yeah, look, she raced really well in Adelaide last week. She got beat by the Colt. She's back to filly grade this week, and she's done very well. She's had everything since, and there's no reason to believe she wouldn't be a very good chance on Saturday.
Amy's Glen's in a minor race.
Yeah, well, she's only a small girl and got blinkers off this week. She comes over from Adelaide with handy form. You know, if she gets out in the open, she has got a very good second to Cole Grinder there, so, you know, she's going to measure up.